Good morning, students. Today we were going to discuss about Michaelis-Menten equation. Actually, Michaelis-Menten equation is something related to the kinetics of or rate of reaction of enzyme catalysis. So first of all, you want to know what do you mean by enzymes. Enzymes are otherwise known as biological catalysts. An enzyme is a protein or RNA produced by living cells. We are saying it as the biological catalyst, and they are highly specific in its catalytic actions. That is, only some enzymes are active to some substrates. Then, due to the action of enzymes, chemical reactions in our organisms can also be carried out efficiently and specifically under mild conditions. What are the difference from catalyst? First of all, we have said that enzymes are biological or they are extracted from the living cells. And like the catalyst, the enzymes do not alter the chemical equilibrium point of a reversible reaction, but only the speed of the reaction is changed. That is, the enzymes like catalyst will not alter the chemical equilibrium, but it will increase the speed of the reaction or the product formation, and differ from catalyst in being the biologically produced products they produce from living cells. That is, they are, as we said, biological catalysts and they are produced from the living cells. The enzymes are all protein and unlike catalysts cannot last indefinitely in a reaction system since they being colloidal in nature. That is, when we are saying about the catalyst, we are saying that they can be collected after the reaction unaffected. After the reaction, the catalyst can be collected unaffected. But differ from this, as the enzymes are colloidal in nature, they are often damaged or inactivated. We can say that they must be replaced constantly by further synthesis. Unlike catalysts, most individual enzymes are very specific in that they act either on a single or at the most or some structurally related substrate. Or in short, we can say that enzymes are absolutely specific in nature. They are really specific in nature. Only certain enzymes or individual enzymes can be act only at a single site. Then about its colloidal nature. That is, enzyme molecules are of giant size. That is, it is of big size and the molecular weight ranges from 12,000 to 1 million. And therefore very large compared with the substrates or functional group they act upon. And it has been observed that the molecular weights of many enzymes prove to be approximately an n-fold multiple of 17,500, which is found to be an unit in most proteins. Then, on account of their large size, the enzyme molecule possesses extremely low rates of diffusion and form colloidal systems in water. Hence, they are having colloidal nature. Being colloidal in nature, the enzymes are non-dialysable, although some contain dialysable or dissociable component in the form of coenzyme. Then the second property is catalytic nature, and this is the most important property. An universal feature of all enzymatic reactions is the virtual absence of any side products. It will not produce any side effects or side products. They are recovered as such without undergoing any qualitative or quantitative change. And this is the reason why they in very small amounts are capable of catalyzing the transformation of a large quantity of substrate. And for a very large quantity of the substrate, we have to use only small amounts of the catalyst, that is the enzyme. The catalytic potency of enzymes is exceedingly great. Then, the catalytic power of an enzyme is measured by the turnover number or molecular activity. That is, the effectiveness of an enzyme as a catalyst, it can be measured by the turnover number or molecular activity. And it is defined as the number of substrate molecules converted into product per unit time when the enzyme is fully saturated with the substrate. and the value of turnover number varies with different enzymes and depends upon the conditions in which the reaction is taking place. However, for most enzymes, the turnover number falls between 1 to 10 raised to 4 per second. The next property is specificity of the enzyme action. With few exceptions, the enzymes are specific in their action, and their specificities are those: one specific type of substrate molecule. One enzyme can be active only at one substrate molecule, on a group of structurally related compounds, on only one of the two optical isomers of a compound. That is, if a molecule contains a cis isomer and trans isomer, then it will be applicable only to one of the optical isomers, on only one of the two geometrical isomers. Then, accordingly, 4 patterns of enzymes specifically have been recognized. Absolute specificity. That is, some enzymes are capable of acting only on one substrate. And the example is the reaction between water and carbon dioxide to carbonic acid. It is accelerated by carbonic anhydrase. And in order to measure the kinetics or the rate of action of enzyme catalysis, Leonard Michaels and Maud L. Menden have studied the catalyst, and they propose the theory known as Michaels-Menden hypothesis or Michaels-Menden theory. And they have derived an equation known as Michaels-Menden equation to find out the rate of an enzyme catalyst reaction. And their assumptions are: only a single substrate and a single product are involved. They are saying that only a single substrate and a single product are involved in an enzyme catalyst reaction. The process proceeds essentially to completion. That is, it will not end with an intermediate form, it will end to an completion. The concentration of the substrate is much greater than that of the enzyme in the system, and an intermediate enzyme substrate complex is formed. There is the enzyme combined with the substrate to form the ES complex. The rate of decomposition of the substrate is proportional to the concentration of the enzyme substrate complex. And the theory postulates that enzymes form a weakly bonded complex ES with the substrate. This enzyme substrate complex on hydrolysis decomposes to yield the reaction product P and the free enzyme. And from the equations, they are given that E plus S giving ES, which is decomposing to the enzyme plus product. And based on the SSA and some assumptions, they have reached at the rate constant nu is equal to V max into S divided by Km plus S, which is known as the famous Michaels-Menden equation. Or we can say that V by V max is equal to S by Km plus S, or Km is equal to S into V max divided by Y minus 1. That is, Km is equal to S into V max divided by V minus 1. And the terms. Here V is the velocity or speed of reaction. It can be written as nu also. V max is equal to maximum velocity of reaction. S is equal to substrate concentration, and Km is equal to Michaels-Menden constant. And we can write that V by V max is equal to S by Km plus S, or Km is equal to S into V max divided by V minus 1. And here we can show a graph between the S substrate concentration and V0. And here we can say that the Km, it is equal to half of the V max. This can be used to calculate Km after experimentally determine the reaction rates at various substrate concentration. That is, V is equal to Vm into S divided by Km plus S. And the equilibrium constant Km, it is usually called as the Michaels constant, and it is a measure of the affinity of an enzyme for its substrate. And when V is equal to half Vm, Km is numerically equal to the substrate concentration. Or in other words, Km is equal to the Michaels-Menden constant is equal to the concentration of the substrate, which gives half the numerical maximal velocity Vm. It is noteworthy that for an enzyme substrate system, Km has a characteristic value which is independent of the enzyme concentration. And Km value is used as a measure of an enzyme's affinity for its substrate. The lower the Km value, the higher the enzyme's affinity for the substrate, and vice versa. That is, the value of Km is lower, then the enzyme affinity will be much. Km value also provides an idea of the strength of binding of the substrate. That is how much binding or the strength of the binding can be get from the Km values. The lower the Km value, the more tightly bound the substrate is to the enzyme for the reaction to be catalyzed and vice versa. If the value of Km is lower, then we can see that the bond between the substrate and the enzyme is very strong and vice versa. Km value indicates the lowest concentration of the substrate the enzyme can recognize before reaction catalysis can occur. An enzyme's Km describes the substrate concentration at which half the enzyme's activity sites are occupied by the substrate. Km value is also used as a measure of the substrate concentration when the reaction rate half maximal velocity. That is 50% reaction. Km is equal to the substrate concentration at half Vmax. And the maximal rate reveals the turnover number of an enzyme. And we already discussed about the turnover number, that is the number of substrate molecules being catalyzed per second. This varies considerably from 10 in the case of lysosome to 6 lakhs in the case of carbonic anhydrase. And the factors affecting enzyme activity. It is affected by environmental conditions. Then nature, organisms suggest the conditions of the enzymes to produce an optimum rate of reaction, or we can say that they are maximum. The reaction will be maximum at optimum pH and optimum temperature. And that increase in temperature, that it will increases the kinetic energy of the molecule. And the enzyme catalyst, it is due to the random collision between the substrate molecules. Increasing temperature increases the rate of reaction. And increasing the temperature, it will increases the vibrational energy also. And it will specifically in this case of enzyme molecules, it will put a strain on the bonds that hold them together. Then as the temperature increases, more bonds, especially the weaker hydrogen bonds and ionic bonds, will break as a result of strain. Breaking bonds within the enzyme will cause the active site to change the shape. This change in shape means that active site is less complementary to the shape of the substrate. So that is less likely to catalyze the reaction. That is, the denaturation will occur. As temperature increases, more enzyme molecules active shapes will be less complementary to the shape of the substrates and more enzyme will be denatured. This will decrease the rate of the reaction. Or in short, we can see that as the temperature increases, initially the rate of reaction will increase because of increased kinetic energy, but due to the bond breaking has become greater and greater, the rate of the reaction will begin to decrease. And we can say that the enzyme action will be maximum at a temperature known as optimum temperature and is around 37 degrees Celsius in the human body. Then optimum pH. H plus and OH minus ions are the charged and therefore interfere with hydrogen and ionic bonds that hold together an enzyme. Since they will be attracted or repelled by the charges created by the bonds, this interference causes a change in the shape of the enzyme and importantly its active site. Different enzymes have different optimum pH value. Any change in pH above or below the optimum will quickly cause a decrease in the rate of the reaction. And extreme changes in pH can cause enzymes to denature and hence it loses their function. Enzymes in different locations and different optimum pH value since their environmental conditions may be different. And this is all about Michaelis-Menten equation, and here we have discussed about the enzyme activity, the rate of kinetics or the kinetics of enzyme catalysis, that is Michaelis-Menten equation, the factors favoring or factors affecting the Michaelis-Menten equation, that is the optimum pH and optimum temperature. Thank you.